Hi, I'm Mel. I'm going to talk a little bit about what it takes to create freely and authentically in a world where it either feels like you're being watched and judged and criticized and everything feels like trying too hard, or it just feels like no one cares, no one's watching, no one's ever going to pay attention. Because those are two extremes, but I feel like both of them affect so many of us artists in the same way. Hi. I just spray painted a very cute vintage phone. Got the look, the vibes. I'm officially starting the Talking to the Walls project and I'm building the setup. I tend to organize my ideas like right before I have to be done with the content. So it is good to know that after today I'm gonna have content to move on with the project because I've been having the ideas and writing it down. I didn't have the plans and ideas early enough to have someone come help me shoot anything. So it's just me and my phone talking to the walls, man. Growing up in that era of like Hannah Montana, Taylor Swift, Demi Lovato, and seeing like what the world of performances and shows and making music and wearing outfits and going to events looked like online in the 2000s definitely made an impression on me and probably on most of you guys. And being raised by musicians, it was kind of obvious that I was gonna turn out to be an artist one way or another. I started writing music at around 10 years old and playing the guitar, and then maybe at 14 I started learning about music production. I remember watching the music video for Naturally by Selena Gomez and realizing, wait, it's just a camera pointed at someone with a cool background and then editing. It's just a video, so if they can do it, I can do it. I just gotta pretend and make it look fancier than it is. Of course, not too long after, I realized that the reason why cameras were so expensive is because they do different things than what my phone that films at HD quality at the time would be able to do. That sort of never stopped me from wanting to pursue my vision. There's this pressure online that everything that has to be perfect, especially amongst artists. There's this thing with hiding behind, oh, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm not finishing that project because it's not perfect yet, it's not ready yet. And I understand that so deeply because I've experienced that myself so many times and for so many years. But then I realized perfectionism was the enemy of progress for me, specifically like with music production. There's actually a video here about how it was to release my first song and sort of the monsters I had to overcome to get to that point. And that happened in 2023 when in reality my first song should have been actually released in 2016 because I was making music and I was into like creating the visuals and creating music videos myself and learning how to edit. I just wasn't brave enough. I was shy and scared of being judged. There's this pressure to fit in also when you're younger. I really wanted to be like friends with the cool kids, and looking back I feel like they definitely like made fun of my videos because I watch it now and I'm like, girl, yeah, that was funny. That wasn't like really good. But I'm glad that I was brave enough to post it. But when it came to my own stuff that I was making, it felt so precious and so special that I really wanted for people to care when I decided to post it. And then at one point I made a little video. I was going on a trip with my family to the beach and the waterfall near my grandma's house, and I made a full like lyric video to a song called Hot, which was supposed to be like a fun little silly song about falling in love with a guy that's way out of your league. And I posted a video on YouTube. I made a teaser for it. I posted it on Instagram. And I remember like 20 people watched it. That made me freak out. I just had like a full like anxiety attack. My stomach sank and I was like, oh, this is so embarrassing. Delete everything. And I got rid of everything. A couple of days ago, my dad sent the file over to me. He's like, I don't know if you remember this or if you have this on your computer. I was like, oh, that's crazy. It was definitely a little embarrassing, but if I had done it then, I just think about like the things that I could have learned from that already and where I could have been now. The bottom line is, it's way better to embarrass yourself and have people make fun of you than to never follow your dreams and never do the thing that makes you happy. At the end of the day, you're the one who gets to live your own life and to be in your day-to-day and to look at your accomplishments in 10 years from now and be like, oh yeah, I did that when I was that age and I was going through this and that, and I had to overcome this and that to be able to finish this project or to do this one thing. When I started making Talking to the Walls, it was literally early January, so it was my fastest worked on song ever. I just really was trying to encapsulate the feeling of, okay, why am I gonna keep going if no one cares? And sort of talking to myself, patting myself on the back and being like, you know what, it's fine, do it for yourself. And I don't think I'm gonna connect necessarily like with people who understand me and connect with my music deeply on TikTok or Reels or YouTube Shorts. Honestly, might not even find that here, making longer YouTube videos, but I'm so fine with making music and videos because I just like doing it and just doing my best. And even if it feels like no one is watching and no one cares, I'm gonna be able to look back at it and be like, hey, I followed my dream and my passion my whole life. And I think that is gonna be such a good story in the future for myself and for my family. And if it turns out that it works, then that's awesome. I thank you so much for participating in this process. But right now I do really feel like there is like 5 people watching. 3 of them are my family, and there's a couple friends that are always like tuning in. But I know that especially for YouTube, people are very like, we don't really do YouTube anymore. I think we do. I consume so much YouTube, to be so for real. Ultimately, my goal for 2026 is to find and connect to my authenticity. And I think most of all, I would love to inspire more people to do the same that I'm doing and to create shamelessly and to show up for yourself in ways you haven't before and to express yourself in the way that feels the more authentic and real to you. Wear the things you like, bedazzle the things you like, cut your hair a different way, do a different color. You know, we only get to live one life. And I remember realizing when I turned 20, I was like, oh, all of my experiences in my teens are done. Like, I'm never gonna go back. I'm never gonna be able to go back and add any memories or things to what happened in my teens. That's it. Bring that to your life. What's your life story gonna be about in the end? Like, what did you do? Did you just work for other people, then scrolled on your phone for the rest of your life? I don't think that's very fulfilling. I want to invite you to start doing things a little differently, because we live in a world that's so boring right now. Let's make it not boring. Okay, bye. I'll see you next week.